Hey guys, Ronald here with my lovely wife Angel and our great friend Hannah here.
Best friend.
We're going to do Am I the A-hole? Each of us are going to tell a story or two and give our opinion to that person if you're watching. We're not going to say your names, but we're going to tell some stories and give our opinion to you if you're an a-hole or you're just a dog or whatever.
Out of my way!
But we're just picking these randomly.
Cool.
So it's going to be easy for us. It's the first time doing it.
So bear with that in mind.
Yeah. The first thing is, am I the a-hole for taking a unflattering picture of my girlfriend? I've been with my girlfriend for 6 months. Today I took a picture of my girlfriend, thought it was cute, and she begged me to delete it. I told her I wouldn't send it to anybody and I just wanted it for myself. She started crying, left my apartment. Now she won't talk to me unless I delete it.
Aww.
I don't see what's the big deal is. She's beautiful, and I don't think she's seeking attention. Just confuses me on how she thinks stuff like that. I don't want to delete the pictures, but am I the a-hole for not deleting it?
That's a hard one. I think she's...
I mean, I understand where you're coming from. I get confused with these two. They are hard. They don't come with an instruction manual.
You may not believe this, but I'm Secret Agent 702.
Herman, you may not believe this, but I'm Sonny Liston.
But it is confusing. I mean, I take pictures of her when she's least expecting it, like when she's sleeping and making funny noises, but that's videos.
I think she was a little too sensitive about it. I'm gonna be the devil's advocate here.
It said unflattering picture. So it doesn't say sexy or anything like that. It just said unflattering. So
I think I need a little more detail on...
Even out of context, I feel like I want to say that would be inappropriate. I would feel really scorned by that. I would feel offended, so...
I would be offended if I thought it was a horrible picture, but it sounds like she had no reason to feel that way. However, I think if she has body dysmorphia or something like that, that's very real. And
perhaps, yeah, that's true.
And
if you had a condition like that.
Yeah, because that really messes with your brain where, you think you're bigger or you're uglier than you actually are. And it's really hard to get rid of that. So, in a way, because she got that upset and you still haven't deleted it, I think you should have deleted it. But I don't think you're the asshole.
The a-hole.
I'm sorry, the a-hole.
Don't insert donkey sound here. No.
Well, how long does our video go to, Rhino? How many questions do we read?
So far, we made up to an hour videos, 4 hours long sometimes.
But we won't do that long.
And thank you for not putting me in my misery like Rhino likes to do all the freaking time. So thank you so much.
But I figured a couple questions each, we should be good. I've taken pictures of you, and you said, not without my makeup.
Yeah, I have.
And that's one thing I've learned. So if you took it without her makeup, without her putting on makeup, then yeah, I could see that. And if I read it right, it said, and left your apartment. So that's a sign that she was really ashamed, I think, that if she left her apartment just over one picture. to
Okay,
delete
well,
the picture.
I guess I just want to throw the towel in, and I want to say, why wouldn't he just delete it though?
Yeah.
From the other end, why wouldn't he just delete it? Why would he put up that much of a fight to try to convince her that the picture should stay?
Right.
She asked him to delete it already.
Yeah, because I would say delete it.
And I would suggest that she get some kind of help for that, because being that upset over a picture that you don't like, it's not that she's over exaggerating, it's just the fact that she might need help within herself to like get therapy or whatnot, so that she no longer thinks of herself like that. Because it sounds like the picture is not the only thing she's,
That's true too.
self-conscious about.
I'm gonna say there were some extra details there about, about that specifically.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe he was trying to like decipher what her further issues were.
Yeah.
Is maybe somewhat what it could be too.
Yeah, because if she's getting that upset over it, if she doesn't get the help she needs, it can turn into something else that, that you don't want it to turn into. So, because that kind of self-hatred is toxic.
Yep.
And,
Do you care about it?
yeah. It's hard. It's toxic to herself, not to you,
Yep.
but it's toxic to her, and
it could go to different places, but yeah, it is confusing. I would just go ahead and delete it, and just apologize and say sorry.
It's just a picture. That's your real girlfriend. Like,
yeah.
So for the other side, like, it's just a picture. That's your real girlfriend, dude. Like, she's asked you to delete it. If you really, like, if she has these further issues, you should really just listen to what she's asked you to do.
I agree with that, yeah. And if you think she overreacted, maybe it's time to get a new girlfriend.
Well,
and that too, so maybe they're just not so right for each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, anything's possible, but yeah, I would, as a guy understanding this, I would probably just delete the picture and talk about it and
apologize to her, and maybe even delete it in front of her.
Yeah, delete it in front of her.
So that she knows it's gone, and that you haven't saved it somewhere else. Because even though you probably wouldn't do that, she needs to see it for herself.
Yeah.
We women are just that way. It's not that we don't trust you. It's just that we've been scorned so many times sometimes about our looks and about other things that sometimes we just break. And it most likely is not your fault at all.
But if you do want to be the a-hole in the story,
get your special sock out, nerds. It's gonna get good.
Don't listen to me. But if you do want to be the a-hole in the story, take a picture with the flash off.
Sean Diddy Combs has been arrested in...
So she won't know.
Hello, Betty.
It's understandable on both sides, so we hope that made you feel better. And
I don't think you're the asshole. I just think you need to... I'm sorry, I keep forgetting. I like to swear. You're not the a-hole.
Oh.
But you should delete the picture.
Yeah.
Am I the a-hole for stalking? They spelled it wrong, but for stalking my girlfriend's friend's Instagram. Uh-oh. Okay.
For stalking his girlfriend's friend.
So I've been with my girlfriend for about 6 months now, and everything has been going great. However, something happened recently that has me questioning if I'm in the wrong. My girlfriend has this friend, let's call her Sarah, who I've met a few times when we've hung out in group settings. I think Sarah's really cool and we have similar interests. A couple of weeks ago, I came across Sarah's Instagram profile, started scrolling through her posts. I found myself checking her profile almost daily and liking her photos. Last week, my girlfriend noticed that I had been liking Sarah's pictures and asked me about it. I tried to play it off as no big deal, but she got upset and said that it made her feel uncomfortable that I was stalking her friend on social media. I honestly didn't mean any harm by it, and don't have any romantic interest in Sarah. I just enjoyed seeing her posts. But I'm now wondering, am I the a-hole for looking at and liking my girlfriend's friends' Instagram photos?
I think, is this a, let's see, I mean, that's understandable. They do that, like, for a friend, you're like, oh, yep, she looks pretty in this one. Yeah, that's fine. I like that one, you know. I understand doing that. Even every day. I mean, if you guys are friends or whatever, and there's no love interest or anything like that.
I find it weird, but I don't find it bad.
Yeah, I don't find it stalkerish. I mean, it's not like you're going to their house
Right.
or taking pictures out their window. You're not calling her every day or talking with her. It's just you're just checking up her Instagram and you're not hitting on her. So well, I don't think you're the a-hole. I do have a question though. Is my question would be, like, say if I'm him, do you spend more time on your girlfriend's friend's Instagram instead of being talking to your girlfriend? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, because if you're spending more time looking at her friend's profile, how much time are you spending? Are you spending more than you would on your girlfriend? Because if you're spending that much time and you don't like anything that your girlfriend has posted, then there might be a problem.
Yeah, you're lighting a stick of dynamite there.
Yeah. So I think it's up in the air, but
I mean,
I think it's kind of that you're not the a-hole.
Yeah, it doesn't sound that way. Let us know under Ronald's Playpen. I'll have to message it later, but I want to hear, like, we want to hear how many hours or are you spending with your girlfriend compared to the Instagram, you know?
Yeah, it does need more context.
Because that will say if you're the a-hole or not.
Am I the asshole for not paying for damages one of my feeding dogs did? I always love dogs, but I can't keep pets as I'm a college student and can't take the full responsibility. So I feed the group of dogs near my house every 2 days at least. My parents also love animals and they love to help out those in need. Once one of the dogs fell sick, so I took him to the vet, but I couldn't afford the treatment, and I told my parents. Then onwards, out of the goodness of their hearts, they agreed to pay for the dog's vet bills whenever needed. A lot of my neighbors feed them too, but no one takes responsibility when it comes to taking them to the vet or giving them shelter during rain or a storm, so I stepped up. I made it very clear to my neighbors that they are not my pets, and I just take care of them as a good deed, and that unfortunately I can't keep them as pets because I'm a college student. There is construction going on 2 houses away from our house, and there are a lot of construction workers working there. They left their door open, and one of the dogs got inside and ripped their grocery bag looking for food. All of the groceries were ruined. 1 hour later, one of the construction workers came to my house and demanded I pay for their damages because they can't afford it, and since I was the one who feeds the dogs, it said it's my responsibility. I refused and said it was their carelessness. Leaving the door open and keeping the grocery bag on the ground by the door is completely their fault. Am I the asshole for not paying? And in edit he said, I forgot to mention that the dogs are strays. That's a really good one.
Well,
I don't think he's the asshole. I mean, a-hole.
I think right off the bat, from what I read, no, because like he said, he took them in out of the kindness of his own heart. They're strays. He doesn't have legal ownership of the dogs.
Right.
And it does sound like the construction workers were pretty careless too. So
I agree.
yeah, so it's going to be a 50-50 thing. Cause I always heard my parents say this: if you're going to bring a stray in, it's your responsibility no matter what happens. You got to pay the vet bill. You got to pay you the food. If it causes any damage, you gotta fix it or pay it.
Yeah, but he's out the goodness of his heart doing this. He's not bringing a stray in. He's doing things as much as he can to help the dog out.
And
no one else is chipping in. And now all of a sudden, because
you're saying
groceries,
that's the way you were raised, though, is that he should to be the one to take responsibility for what happens with animals.
Yeah, if you show him cariness, and the dogs always come back to you because you're feeding them. But he did say that his neighbor's been also feeding them, so him and the neighbors need to be responsible and and pay back the groceries or whatnot.
I don't think
I'm
he
still
should
here
pay
with you.
Yeah, I don't think he should pay the.
At least not all of it.
I don't think any of it actually, because they haven't paid to help with the strays at all.
True.
So, you know, and it was their responsibility for leaving the door open or whatever. And like, so I get where you're coming from. However, he doesn't own the dogs. So if he owned the dogs, it'd be one thing.
But I guess what you're saying maybe is that it's easy for him to say they're not my dogs, so I shouldn't have to pay for the damage that was done.
Right.
I agree with you. Yeah, where he shouldn't be the one.
Yeah, I think
that does it.
Held responsible.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if the neighbors helped them, they need to pitch in too.
Yeah, because if they're gonna, you know, because he needs help, but he's not getting it from them.
Right.
So it would be one thing if they helped over and over again, but they're not. Does that make sense? So all in all, I'm for he's not the a-hole. You said also he's not the a-hole. What do you say?
He's not. No.
Okay.
I mean, he's not the.
Because you can believe that. That's fine.
Yeah, but the only thing that's stopping me from telling him that he is an a-hole is if the neighbors didn't help feed him too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
If it was just him doing it, yeah, he would have been the a-hole. And this will be the last one in Angel Reads.
Okay. Am I the a-hole for refusing to go to group trips with my husband's friend and friend's wife? Long story short, husband's best friend is awesome, but his wife makes me so anxious and irritated. We have good moments and go to group trips together, but she is always preaching about her fitness obsession, how much she hates the hometown we are from, and I currently live in, which I think is rude considering we live here and are putting roots down. She doesn't have other female friends, and my husband is also disappointed if I don't want to spend time with them. He says that I unfairly judge her and points out that people I like more than her do similarly annoying things. He also says that she doesn't mean to hurt my feelings, i.e. when she talks negatively about her body and is obsessed with working out. She's talking about herself rather than you. I know she isn't talking about me, but the effect is hurtful. It sucks when you are struggling to
shut your mouth, you mediocre clarinet player.
And someone on the other side of the table is incredibly skinny and whining about how they have to work out 2 times a day before they go on a trip.
Felt that.
Yeah. Am I the a-hole for cutting this friendship off? We do stuff together when they visit, and my husband said it is sad to think about me not wanting to spend time with them because that means he cannot all be in a group. Oh, means that we cannot all be in a group. Okay. Did I read that last part right?
Could I just skim over it? Yeah, after you. I'm gonna read it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Her husband's best friend is awesome, but his wife makes her so anxious and irritated. So it's like a foursome. Yeah, it's two couples.
Yeah. She's trying to understand it. Let her be.
No, I'm laughing about the little scene that's in my head.
You getting on the Wilkins coffee bandwagon? Never. No! You either go with Wilkins or you just don't go.
I wonder why she complains that she doesn't have other female friends.
Yeah, that was
That
my
might
first.
be her issue. Yeah.
Yep.
But I just picture.
Look at this photograph. Every time I do it makes me laugh.
And that too, she doesn't mean to. She says that she doesn't mean to hurt anyone's feelings when she talks negatively about her own body. And says she's working out, talking about herself rather than you. And then she says, I know she isn't talking about me, but the effect is hurtful. It sucks when you're struggling to lose 40 pounds. Someone on the other side of the table is incredibly skinny, whining about how they have to work out 2 times a day before they go on a trip.
Yeah, I get that.
And she wants to cut the friendship off with her husband's friend because she doesn't.
I don't blame her.
I used to be
Does
the
not
skinny
like the
friend, and I realized how stupid I was being because I would talk about my weight when they were like 100 pounds more than me.
Right.
You know, so I realize now that I shouldn't have been saying stuff like that.
Yeah, that's just pure toxic that she.
Okay,
It's like
so
that.
do you think the woman that doesn't like the other woman is the a-hole for not wanting to hang out with the
No.
woman?
I don't.
Yeah. What do you think?
I don't know. I think the women compete too much, honestly. It's probably like my takeaway from the whole thing. I don't know, it sounds maybe like she finds her snooty, the other woman, because she's saying, like, she's like, she doesn't like our hometown, she complains about it, which I think is rude considering that's where we live and our roots are from.
Yep.
And she complains about her own body and her own weight, body image.
Rather than realizing that
she can keep those thoughts to herself or to her husband.
She's a Karen.
She can keep that.
You're not the a-hole. It's just the other lady is the a-hole. You're just trying to get rid of the drama, get rid of the trash.
But for her husband's sake, I think maybe doing one last thing of trying to change her own perception of what's going on and
maybe, yeah.
and try to like, okay, maybe I can do this from a different point of view and try to like her. I think you're the a-hole sometimes.
Yeah.
But
Especially when I suggested put her by the airplane seat.
yeah.
But that's our show for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe.